can't pick coins without you. I know you'll be right. Buy theta and hold long.
Alrighty then. So I had a subscriber here. I chat with him every great once in a while, and he's got some of these light. Well, I don't know if he's doing Litecoin or what, but he was mining with the ant miners, and he had a few of them. He's like, man, I had no idea how loud these damn things were. Even one of them, it's like a little mini jet air engine going off. And he's like, it's just loud fan noise. So he's designed a box to quiet the hell out of these things, and I thought, oh, that's interesting design. That worked pretty good. So, anyways, I tell him I'll give him a little shout out. You know, give him a little shout out in case anyone has that issue. You guys are doing the mining with these things, these ant miners and stuff, and I'll put a link up to his channel here. So a little update. This was I updated my Patreon. They have a nice little feature in there. Once you post something, you can like, oh, hey, you know, update this day. You know, like I put a little note in here, update such and such, and then I can hit a little button checkbox, notify patrons about this change. So everyone will get a notification that oh, Joe, you know, Snippy's updated this one article. So I posted this article on my Patreon, which again is now in my description box. It's always in every video now going forward. Whitedove's top 3 cryptos with great gains for the next 3 to 6 months. Now, this is now officially posted on her blog. Again, she gave it to me first, way in advance. Again, I love it. Love making these alliances with these people, helping them. They help me. You know what I mean? I just helped her get some Digibyte. 3 cents. That it's at? No. How about 2.5 cents? And not only 2.5 cents, what I actually owe you for the Litecoin you gave me, I'm giving you some more on top of it. Oh, and your manager, Shantae, wants some too? Gotta take care of her too. Gotta take care of them. And it gives me great pleasure to do that. Makes me feel good. Gotta keep my alliances happy. Everybody's happy. We're loving each other. Like, this is good, man. Because through us and others, but my little clique here, my little group, Sherry, Michelle, you know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling positive about this stuff. I love that they give me this stuff, you know, little tidbits. I help them, they help me. Like, this is beautiful, man. So, you know, I'm trying to be like the go-to source of different, you know, all this different stuff. Just go to Snippy, you know, for like a little bit of all of it, you know. But anyway, so as you know, on her blog post to Michelle Whitedove's website, which I posted in that video the other day, directly to her link, me and Pete were talking and said, hey, let's see if Michelle can do something here. We're going to give her a list of 16 crypto. Out of those 16 crypto, we'd like to know which would be, if, you know, Spirit can give us the answer, next 3 to 6 month time period, which 3 would you feel like are the top ones? And again, I'm going to repeat this even though I've already said this because it's fascinating to me. Pete forgot to add Neo to the list. Sends it to Shantae. Michelle starts working on it. She's in the zone. Shantae, we need to add Neo to that list. Oh, to the one Pete sent? Yeah, pen that in there. We need to add Neo. Because it's literally it was her first choice out of the top 3, but it is one of the top 3. So Pete forgets that and is looking at the list and is like, oh my god, I forgot Neo. I forgot to give her Neo. Calls Michelle, Shantae. Shantae, that list I gave you, I forgot to add one of the coins. I need you to add Neo. She goes, Pete, Michelle already added it. She had me add it. Took a picture of the scribbled Neo on there. Here, instantly texted him. Here you go. That is what I'm talking about. It's just fascinating to me. So, Pete, who watches things, you know, she says something, he's kind of tracking it, so to speak. And he's good with that. Remember when the Whitedove report came out and she got in there Deutsche Bank, big problems with Deutsche Bank coming. And then we had them say we're going to fire a few people, then we're firing 10,000 people. Now all of a sudden, Deutsche Bank is in deep, deep trouble. That was in her report. There was one or two other things he actually sent me a while back. He was like, hey, you know, this is kind of like a hit already. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do a video. And I never just did one. But anyways, he's been tracking And look, I know we said 3 to 6 months, and it's only been a week, technically, if that. I mean, what, 5 days? I think when I first put this out, I see where it says I last saved it on such and such date, but I'm trying to see what date it was actually posted. I want to say it was maybe Monday, or was it Sunday night? Monday, whatever. Neo's $28, guys. Getting a Neo position. Thing ran up to 39, 40, 42, 43, 44, 40, almost 45, I think, on Binance. On freaking Bittrex or Bitfinex, it ran up to $48 and like 90 or something, 48.90 or somewhere around there. Had I had my stuff on there, almost all of two of my orders would have triggered. The third one would have been pennies away from triggering at $49 exactly. But mine were on Binance. Binance didn't even get to 45. It was just under that. So my second order has not triggered. Anyways, so this is what Pete says to me, to us. He copied me and her. We gave Michelle 16 cryptos to look at. Basically asked which should I get right into, like right now. Of the 16 we gave her, she picked Neo number 1, and then Digibyte actually, which I'm gonna move these around because he actually put Veritasium next, but I think in actual order, Digibyte number 1, followed by, Neo number 1, followed by Digibyte. And then I'm just going to update this real quick because in the actual order was Neo, Digibyte, Veritasium. And then when I reposted this, I had Digibyte and Veritasium backwards. Not that it matters, it's the top 3. So since the day she gave me this information, those 3 are way up compared to not only the other 13 on the list, because it was a total of 16 minus 3, top 3, 13. So not only to the other, it's not way up compared to just the 13 on the list I gave her, but pretty much the majority of the market. Neo, her number 1 pick, is up from around $29 to almost $40. And again, it went to 45 on Binance, 44. The odds of her picking the top coin on the list is less than 3%. The odds of picking the top 3 on the list, win, place, and show, if you will, is like lottery odds. Mind-boggling. So I just want to give that as an update and let you know this is why I do the woo-woo stuff, the psychic stuff, J-Snip, you gotta have a J-Snip Psychic Friends Network. Nope, no thanks. I allow us to do what I do here. But again, it's just so neat. And look, it's days. Michelle, what's the next 3 to 6 months? And then this thing pops off. Neo Rex shit. Digibyte's pumping from 2.2 cents to 3 cents. Pretty large gain there. And then you saw Veritasium too. And but again, this is days later. This isn't even it's in the time frame because within the next 3 to 6 months. How about day 4? Day 3, day 5. All I am saying is, yes, this is fascinating to me because those 3 have done very well against not just the 16, but a lot of other coins out there. I know there's some coin, page 3, the number 397, Joe, that was up 48%, 82%. Look, I know. And remember, we asked about a specific list. These 16 coins, which will be the top 3 next 3 to 6 months? Neo, Digibyte, Veritasium. Now, as you may or may not know, Sharon Michelle said, Joe, I tuned in. Jared was talking about that or listening to something about Neo. Maybe he was watching my video or something. And she says, I feel Neo will do that. Will be good. She says, but the last video I did a while back about Neo was that at some point it'll get too high. And that's when I feel the Chinese government is going to step in. And let's push that down. We don't want this getting crazy. We don't want any giant bubbles coming. Let's keep that one under wraps. Push it down a little bit. Oh, flying up again. No, push it back down again. That those days would be coming. Now, between you and me, I feel that Neo will be in the hundreds by the time that happens. Just me personally talking to you. The other side of this is gas. Gas is like literally the gas for the Neo network. And it's a separate token. And when Neo goes up, gas goes up. When NEO goes down, gas goes down. Except I noticed when NEO was up here the other, I think it was this morning, if I recall. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was this morning. NEO was up a few percentages or something, 3 or 4%. Unless it was yesterday, whatever. And at the same time, gas was up 12 or 13%. So it would be wise, in my opinion, humble opinion here, that maybe you have both. Not just NEO, but some gas to go along with it. And if NEO starts pumping 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 bucks again, over 100 again, what do you think gas is going to do? $12, $15, what do you think gas is going to do? It will pump with it. So that's why I put that out. And then very recently I put another, basically a part 2 of that, like, you need to add some gas on that. Let's get some gas too. So I did. I got some gas. But NEO's the top dog as far as that's concerned, not the gas. But yeah, just interesting, man. It's so freaking neat. That, top 16 coins, this one, those two for sure. And in Veritasium, man, it was wrecking stuff out there. And we got a long ways to go, though. We still got 3-6 months of potential, market movements. But, as I read, like my last video with the Webbot thing about this joy feeling and this, like, whatever the word was about last December, that emotional tone values are higher and exceeding that. Emotional tone. Okay, either the market's about to be destroyed like we've never seen in our lives, and that same emotional tone value is going to be off the charts, except for the wrong reason. Or it's fixing to go up. Market's fixing to go up, and it's fixing to look good. Like, really good. And yes, maybe the next week. Literally, maybe this coming week is it. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. According to Webbot. And Sharon Michelle, 11th, 12th, and 13th. I mean, look, I'd be stoked to see this thing. I know my portfolio has been down to 2/3 of what it was from the highs. 2/3. I know some people worse. I know some people not as bad. But pretty much across the board, everyone's stuff is down. So rather than when you're down, stare to clown, how about let's get this thing rolling again? And from, again, the sounds of it, Webbot, for sure, things, because attached to that stuff was the word joy. And this thing, and like catching fire, like, it sounds like something's fixing to go. And I gotta tell you, I'm kind of excited to see it, because if July comes and really pumps hard, your mind's gonna do what mine's doing. Well, man, they keep talking. They're like, no, don't worry about that. September, end of September, basically fall, October, November, December. End of September, October, November, December. That's when the getting gets good, apparently. So for me, I want to see how good, assuming this happens, July, how good did it get in July? Where was the top at? Whether it came down or not, where was the top at in July? And if it's like, holy crap, good, your mind should do what mine's doing. What's September, October, November, December going to look like? Again, even if we have a nice correction back down, and then we have boom, up, big uptrend. See ya, wouldn't want to be a kind of a thing. So, on that note, I'm out. Take care.